Don't let anyone ever shame me for wanting to be a gold digger, okay? It's not your fault you like nice things. Do you know what my mum used to say to me? What else are you meant to be digging for then? Shit? Exactly. You dig for precious metals, darling.
Damage it for spite, not the calm and pussy tight.
So put it on the left, can you take it on the right?
My nipple in my ripe, send it up in on me try.
What did the appetite, every nipple get a bite.
My man a figure seat me and him a figure fight.
He come through with the money in the garden belts. Let him know we bout that cake straight out the gate. Be independent woman, some mistake us for whores. I'm saying, why spend mine when I can spend yours? Disagree? Well, that's you, and I'm sorry. I'ma keep playing these cats out.
Let's get it on till the early morning, girl. It's all good, just turn me on. Yo, shake that thing, miss. Can I shake that thing? Yo, I know that shit.
Hit him with that good, make a nigga act right. Broke boys don't deserve no pussy. I know that's right. Big back pussy.
Single's a bit of a strong word. Like, I'm not single, I'm just free from evil.
To check your ones to get a fix. Them won't go through the buck up when you want to take a piss. And you know one no got to come and kiss you on your lips. After she tongue did a lip below your lips. No, you never tell your friend to save yourself from the feds. Tell them you say nothing no go so. And when your boss a full of black. Get out, keep this party. Don't stop, move your body.
Oh hot damn, this is my jam. Keep me partying.
Your little body. Shoot him a little boo thing. And Shorty got the fatty. Shorty be catching mood swings. Every time I fuck without a rubber, I nodded on the covers, and I kept it undercover.
I'm loving you, it's unending. Yes, I'm a pillow 'cause your love is wicked. Cry me a river 'cause your love is wicked. Oh, girls just wanna have fun.
Get out the way, get out the way.
Need I say anything, folks? Need I say anything? See, when I was growing up, this music was my era. This was the music that was normal. It was in the charts. I loved it. I still do. Didn't see any problem with it. In fact, I remember our parents telling us how music is no longer the same. That it hasn't got a meaning. It's all computer, woke. It's all bullshit. It has no meaning like the songs of their era. But I was also fortunate to listen to their music. Oh, I love Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley, John Denver, Billy Joel, Bob Dylan, the Pogues, the Beatles, the Eagles. I can go on all day. And it's when we go to their funerals, or those of relatives of ours, we hear this music and it brings tears to our eyes. Why? Because those songs genuinely did have meaning. Imagine listening to Sean Paul Get Busy during a funeral. Just wouldn't be right. Just wouldn't be the same. Now, looking back as an adult, I can seriously see the harm this music has had on our culture, on us, millennials, on who we have become. See, I used to go to the nightclubs, listen to this music, whine upon girls whilst they whine upon men. I've seen it with my eyes. Even today, one night stands is normal. People go out to have fun, to have intercourse. And where does that lead you? Well, of course, there's that available free option of the NHS where you can just go and take the morning after pill. Or even worse, if you find out later you're pregnant, go and kill your baby. It's normal nowadays. Be part of the problem of the demographic change. We always moan about immigration and migration coming over here, but we are part of the problems ourselves, killing our own people. Whilst you may be thinking I'm attacking my own, I'm not. I'm just simply being honest. We have to have this honest conversation. What have we become? What have we allowed into our music system, into the movies, into our TV programs? We have allowed this whole sexualization, this whole destruction of the nuclear family come into every aspect of our world. And we've enjoyed it. We've promoted it. We've been part of it. And we say, it's freedom of expression, right? What's wrong with it? Well, you could say a song is harmless. It has no harm. But how many times have you been at a nightclub? A banger comes on, and the next thing you know, you're dancing with a bird, you got your tongue halfway down her throat, and then you end up at her flat, or vice versa. Then a child is born, and the father, well, he disappears. Some mothers actually carry out with the pregnancy. They feel it's their duty to give birth to the child. After all, they made their mistakes. So they give birth to the child grows up without a father, and suddenly becomes a bit of an asshole. In fact, the father turns out to be nothing but a drug dealer. He signs on, pinches farts out of his asshole all day, and rides a push bike around the council estate selling cannabis. He refuses to pay CSA, and out of revenge, you refuse to let him see his child. This is just the norm today. The grandparents like to get involved sometimes, and sometimes they're allowed, and then they end up doing most of the work, most of the babysitting, whilst the mum continuously goes out clubbing, repeating the same mistake she made in the first place, which got her pregnant. She'll also make up posts about how she can't find a partner, how all men are assholes, and that she wants a gold digger. She doesn't want no broke man. She doesn't want an asshole, because the one that she slept with is one. She wants something different. She's worth loads, but she's also independent. The irony. The kid grows up, like I said, becomes a bit of a handful, and suddenly gets a surprise diagnosis of ADHD. Then PIP. Then more money comes from the welfare state, and who funds it? You, the taxpayer. So whilst a song may be harmless, whilst films may be harmless and TV programs may be harmless, you can say it has had an influence on the culture that we have today. The culture I grew up in. I'm in my 30s now, and this culture has reflected a lot, and a lot of what I have said to many friends of mine, and I'm sure you can resonate with it too. But here's the thing. Are we going to be honest about this? Put our hands up and say, do you know what? We fucked up too. It isn't just about immigration. We have a part to play in this too. And we do need to change our culture and the way things are. Be it from the music, TV, films, all sorts of areas of our life. We need to start frowning upon the things we used to frown upon and stop allowing things that are causing harm to our families, causing harm to our children. Now, I'm not saying ADHD doesn't exist. I'm not saying every woman is the same. I'm not saying every man is the same. But there is definitely a problem within our culture. And we need to return to the values, principles and morals that we once had. This whole woman thing that we see nowadays. I don't need no broke ass man. If I want to dig up, if I want to get a gold digger, I'll get a gold digger. Bitch, that is why you're single. And you will always be single. If there is a broke man that is willing to give you his whole heart, that may end up rich one day, but just wants to love you, look after you, give you security, is that not worth more than a figure in the bank? The dating world has become toxic, the nuclear family has been destroyed, and there is no one out there writing any songs like they used to in the past. In fact, every single program, every single film, every single song I hear is either about violence, it's sexualized highly. OnlyFans is now a profession, whereas prostitution used to be frowned upon. And the things that we used to call evil are now jobs. And they are now advocated for, promoted. We are a stain on our own people. Abortion is not helping. We are currently aborting half of our population. That has to stop. I would also love to see 4-member bands get together again, with actual instruments, writing songs that mean something. Songs that people can relate to with their struggles. About love, about unity, partnership. Songs that ignite people's hearts to want to fall in love, find love, and have a family. Don't get me wrong, it's going to take a lot of hard work. And we are going to have to sacrifice a lot of things that we like or that we have grew up to love and adore. However, these things are what we call idols, false idols. Or idols that we shouldn't be worshipping. And it comes along with, funnily enough, a very heavy influence and dose of atheism. Judeo-Christian principles and values are what made Europe. Are what made Britain. And they are what made us great when we were a great Britain. But that Britain's disappeared and we need it back. We're nostalgic, we want it back. But first we have to put our hands up and admit that us Brits have been part of our own destruction. Another problem with people that live in my age and my generation are that they are not willing to put their hands up when they've made mistakes. In fact, they play the victim. That has also been a narrative that has been heavily pushed and promoted. Be a victim. There's something wrong with me all the time. I need safe space. We need to start becoming strong again. Taking things on the chin, putting our hands up when we're wrong. But also telling people that it's okay to make mistakes. Pick yourself back up and get back on the saddle. Dust yourself off, young man. Let's get back onto the saddle of returning Britain to its greatness. I don't want to hear anymore. In fact, I am going to make it my mission to ignore the music of today that is heavily influenced by sex, violence, gang culture, drugs. I'm going to stick to the old tunes, the tunes that my parents and grandparents listened to, the ones that make me feel happy, the ones that actually talk to my soul. I'm also going to avoid all these movies that come out which promote single motherhood and all this independent stuff, this DEI box ticking agenda. And you know what? I'm going to make it my mission to start going out more with my friends, with my family. I'm going to ignore the world that is on television, on our radios, and make one with nature, make one with people, rather than all these other man-made conceptions that have been put there to destroy who we are as an identity, as a culture, and as a family. I encourage you to do the same too. And let me tell you this is not an attack on the individual, neither, that has posted these clips. It is very common, in fact. You see these clips and we think nothing of it. We think they're harmless. We think they're funny. We can share them. But when you actually think about it and the consequences they really do have on our society, on our people, men, women, especially the minds of the young, we have to sit down and have an adult conversation about who we are, what we want, and who we want to be as a nation going forward. And until we can admit our wrongs and point out the things that are going wrong in society, we are going to be as big as a problem as migration to the destruction of our country, the destruction of our identity, and the destruction of who we are, British people.